I started photography in the beginning of the 90s, after I came from school, and and in these years we did a lot of product photography, mostly for some catalogs for warehouses and so on. And so I got my first real attachments to photography as I started the education for that, and we was able to say that we was one of the first we ever shoot in digital at the beginning of the 90s. So we started with any Kodak, this very slow camera, beginning of the 90s, which had a resolution of 700K and not 1 million megapixel below that. And so at the beginning it was very rudimentary, and but the cameras grows up and grows up and grows up and getting better and better and better. I remember the first digital thing I take a photo was taken 3 minutes of exposure time, so you couldn't shoot any moving objects. You couldn't shoot people, you couldn't shoot mostly landscape, but just products. But this was a revolution in this time, especially if you prepared the photos for bring it to print or whatever, so you could very easily start editing in Photoshop. So I started to learn Photoshop from the beginning. We used Photoshop 1.5 at the beginning. Now we are anywhere, I think 22 or 23 or 24, I have no idea. And this was totally rudimentary. You don't have layers, you don't have masks, so you must cut out everything and copy it to your computer anywhere, and then you could remove it in another picture, and you could move it a little bit and bring it to the right place, and it was crazy. So but the world changed very, very fast, and so during these days I also forget mostly to shoot analog anymore. So I was one of the first photographers in Germany who worked with digital cameras, and after years, as Leica launched the new M6, I came back to the roots after 30 years or close to 30 years, and this was totally funny for me to remember everything, the old things from analog photography, and it was quite nice. No, I switched to Leica 14 years ago as I set up my contract with Leica, and before that I often had some touch points to Leica in case of lenses, in case of also bodies, but mostly I used other brands, and I used a lot of different brands in my life. I also shoot sports, and for sports at any time I decided close to 20 years ago to shoot with Canon, because they had at this moment they had the long lenses, and the long focal lens is like I never had until a few years ago. So at this moment Leica mostly had M system, but it stopped at 135 millimeters. So if you shoot football, you need 400 and longer. And this was the problem to switch to other brands. Mostly I use the SL2 or SL2S. If I shoot sports, I use SL2S because it's a little bit faster and a little bit easier to grab the pictures because the resolution is just a half. Yeah. So at this time we had the M definitely, and we had also the S system, which means it was the medium format camera for professionals, mostly to use it in the studios or to use it for great landscape photography. And we were always talking with our professionals anywhere in the world, and they said, yeah, a lovely, nice system, but full frame is enough for me, and you don't have full frame with autofocus at this moment. Yeah, and so we decided, okay, let's build a full frame system with autofocus. And at this moment our product manager decided also to use a mirrorless system, to create a mirrorless system. So we was not the first, I would say, but one of the first brands who worked with this idea and to build a mirrorless system at this moment. And we launched the first SL without a mirror. Yeah. So, and this was the company in photography who really brought out a camera without a mirror. Other brands, they tried it and they had no luck because anything happens always. But we did it since 2015. Yeah.
So this SL is not the Panasonic?
No, no. The SL, first of all, you must touch it, you must feel it, you must grab it, you must feel the haptic of the system. Yeah? It's completely different to the Lumix. Yeah? And also what it is, we built a camera who is very safe for professionals outside. So it means it's sealed against dust, it's sealed against spray water. And if you're standing in the rain, you can use the system without any covering. Yeah? You don't need to put any plastic bag around it. Maybe in a few minutes I can show you what it means. We can go out and I will put the water on my lens and you can see it, and nothing happens and it works. Yeah? So it's so safe, it's so robust, so easy to use in hot conditions, and this is for me the most important thing why I'm using the SL system.
Do they ever break?
No, never. And if I'm anywhere for demonstration and for teaching my colleagues anywhere in the world, in the stores or at our distributors, I always show the funny thing with the water. And I do it since 2015. Nothing happened with my system at any time. Yeah? You put the water on the lens, then you clean it a little bit, and you can shoot as always.
Is that a Noctilux?
This is a Noctilux, yeah, because I often use M lenses on my SL. It's so easy to work. You only have to set up the menu for the focus peaking, and then you are quick and you are very precise for focusing, especially if you shoot with models or you shoot portraits or whatever. And the Noctilux, this is the 75mm Noctilux with the opening aperture of 1.25. It gives you a phenomenal and fantastic bokeh in the background. Yeah. So the viewfinder is very big, it's very bright, and the resolution of the viewfinder is also better than you use your M. Yeah? And this is for me the reason why I used it mostly on SL system.
Just talking about Leica's lenses, what makes the lenses so good? Are they different from Zeiss? Are they different
Definitely.
From any of the other makers that you find in the world?
Definitely. So what we are doing, we are produce any lens handcrafted. So it means we have colleagues in our production line which are assembling all the lenses. So we are using lenses in each size, and we also polish the side of the lenses with black paint, so you will never get any reflections. And we only use the very, very best quality of the glass. Yeah. What we are throwing away, other brands will use it as a first-class lens. Yeah. So our quality control is very, very high and very, very, I would say, one of the best of the world.
So, is it true that they say that there is a Leica look?
Definitely, definitely. Especially if you use the M lenses. It's incredible. It looks like it's out of this world. Yeah, you have, especially if you have the very wide open lenses, you have the focus on the point, and the background is going so softly and smoothly into blurriness. I never saw it with other systems. Yeah.
Are they all handmade, the Leica products?
Yes, yes. Cameras and lenses. Also our products for spot optics. Everything is handcrafted. Of course, the electronical parts we are doing also in not handcrafted, but lenses, cameras, and so on. They are always assembled by the hand. And also the lenses, you see, if our colleagues, if they put the lenses together and they build a lens system, every part of it is selected by hand and assembled by hand. Last year we started again and we rebuilt an analog camera again. The whole world said, look at these guys, they are crazy. But if you saw the hype, what happens after the launch, especially for young people, they get the first touch to Leica maybe as one of their grandparents died or whatever, and they get the camera from the grandparents. And of course at this time it was mostly film cameras, and all these guys coming back and they say, wow, this is completely new for me. You know, we grow up in a digital world, and now we come back to analog, and this is much more fun for me. Yeah.
But it took Leica a long time to move to digital. Hey,
yeah.
What was the reason for that? Was it that the technology, was it not? Because they wanted to keep the M system and didn't want to change to something new.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. What was the reason? So the reason was in these years, especially in the end of 90s or mid of 90s, I would say, the company was sick. So we had problems. We had problems with financial problems, and we had to fire a lot of colleagues. And as they moved out from Leica, they put a lot of knowledge with it, and to come back with the old knowledge this was very, very hard for us. And also we only had mostly the M system at this moment. We also stopped R system because R system was also a manual system. We had no autofocus in it. And I think this was the biggest challenge in company's history. And after we brought out first digital M camera, and especially also the cameras and all the systems we built in the years after that, our success started again. Yeah.
Did that not happen when Dr. Kaufman then took over?
Of course, Dr. Kaufman, it was the win in our lottery. Yeah. If we don't have had Dr. Kaufman, the company was gone. Yeah. In the mid of the 90s, I would say. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, why did they stop that? If you build handcrafted cameras in this segment, you need to get a lot of money for a camera, and we cannot win against other brands who will sell this kind of cameras for maybe 700 or 800 euros. We cannot do it. And the people who want to have high quality cameras, they are using M, SL or Q system. And I think this will be the reason why they stopped it.
Talking about the Q, how successful is the Q3 with that flip screen?
Yeah, Q3. So what should I say? We started the idea to bring out the new Q3, and all our colleagues, they was sitting together and talking about figures of sales, and they built a budget. And 2 months after the launch of the Q3, we sold our whole budget for the whole year. So now you know, a lot of people want to have the Q3, and we wasn't able to build this in such a short period. So they have to wait, and they will wait. We have customers, they wait 6 months to get the Q. It's just the same like in the automotive industry. If you order a car, you have to wait 6 months, yeah. And our thanks to our customers, they wait for it. They will wait, and they will get a fantastic product. I'm based in Wetzlar at the headquarters, and I'm working for the Retail and Akademie International, which means so we are globally on tour to teach our colleagues anywhere in the world, to teach our partner stores and our distributors anywhere in the world. Yeah, also to get that our colleagues will bring the best knowledge and the best feeling to our customers. Yeah. Also, I'm doing workshops with customers to teach them for a better photography. That's my job.